So today, instead of reading one of my excerpts from my upcoming book under the Flamboyant Tree that comes out on November 2024, I want to talk about this book. And I've talked about this book before, but this is my review for the book. This is a 5-star for me. I will say that up front. And that is because this book has made me feel as if there is a place for Under the Flamboyant Tree out there in the literary world. And that is because this book just embraces the culture, not just in the language, but in the thought process of the characters and in the storytelling aspect of it. It is just beautiful to see, and honored to have read such a book that puts Latine culture in there in the hands of readers, so that way they can experience it, se pueden empapar, llenar de la cultura. And I love it because of that. And it is authentic, and it is tragic, and it is a lot of family drama. And there's something that I tend to write quite a lot. I write about complex women, complex mother-daughter relationships, and you see that here. And the author doesn't shy away from talking about those toxic qualities that are in the Latine culture, that I tap into some of that as well in Under the Flamboyant Tree. And the author here taps into that and so much more as well, because it's the whole calladita culture, the whole no se puede decir nada de los adultos. You know, we can't contradict our parents, the adults in our lives and things of that nature, that now some of us are awakening to the reality of those teachings. And that is that it just makes it so much easy for predators to take advantage of children that have been not indoctrinated, but that have been raised with that kind of mentality. And then you see that here, and it is just so, I want to say it's so beautiful, for lack of a better word, to read it and to see a little bit of me represented in literature. And that it makes me feel validated to have the feelings that I have, to have the understanding that I have, because the author does a great way to kind of put, without judgment, how when we raise kids to think, not to push back, when we raise kids to kind of like hold on to things that have happened to them, violations, just trespassing of their physical boundaries, when we raise them to not say anything and then to kind of like just suck it up for the cordiality in the family. And then we have these things that fester in the family line, these toxic things that just fester, and that's what you see here. But then the author does something more. The author puts these characters in there to learn from that. And it is one thing that I love about this book, is that it shows how ugly unlearning is. Because sometimes we romanticize unlearning. We make it sound, we make it look Instagrammable when it's not. Unlearning is so ugly. It is so ugly. You are fighting. You are like ugly fighting, and you are crying. Not that cute little, no, it's that ugly crying, because te está aferrando tanto to the thing that you have grown up on, that you're like, no, fuck no. No, there's no way that I'm wrong. Because then to have to accept that you're wrong, it's kind of like you're destroying a part of you. And you're telling yourself that you have gone on in that direction for 10, 20 years, however many years, and that direction is wrong. And now you have to turn around and go in a different direction. That's why unlearning is just, it's ugly mentally, physically, and spiritually, in every which way. And you see that in this book. You see the true reality of that. And I'm going to continue talking about this book because this is an important book to read. It's like I'm getting the same vibes as How Not to Drown in a Glass of Water with this book, because it is so important. I have this list of new classics because I'm of the mindset that, like, I'm done with reading the, white man only classics. These need to be our new classics. These books that teaches you something, right? That represents a culture, a people, a family authentically. This, I will put it into my new classics, and I will link it here so that way y'all can see the Excel spreadsheet. And if you want to start reading something different, to unlearn, to educate, to empathize with someone that you may not have anything in common with, tap into this list so that way you can get some of that as well. But highly recommend, if you like family drama, if you like complex characters, if you like authentic characters, if you want your stories to be written by those people that have experience and that have been part of the culture for which they write about, this is the story. This is the book. Support these authors. Support these authors. They are sharing with us the places they've lived in, the culture they're part of, some of the realities that they have seen as part of their lives, and they're fictionalizing that and making it into a story so that way the audience can not only be entertained but can learn from it. And there's nothing better than reading a story from an author that shares those experiences and that culture. There will be nothing like it. Don't believe the hype. There will be nothing like that. Read this book. Okay? Okay. Don't forget to follow me.